Okay, got the footer dug for the airlock for the door, for the outer door at least, and went super quick with a backhoe, of course. But the unfortunate part is my backhoe blade, or my backhoe bit, my backhoe bucket, there we go, is 18 inches wide. So as you can see, keep the dirt off, it's 19 inches at the base. And as far as depth goes, 36. Okay. So, and 36 there. So I don't know how much more, if I frame it into like 10 inches wide, form it into like 10 inches wide, if it'll save me that much in concrete cost versus the cost of the wood to do it. I'll have to do that math, I guess. I would like it wide, actually, give me plenty of room to work on, but 19 inches is kind of wide. The backhoe bucket that's on this, that came with this Mahindra, is an 18 inch. I priced a 10 inch and it's like $599 or something like that, or $600 through my Mahindra dealer. So I'm kind of holding off on that. I do have some more trenching to do, which I'd like to do with the backhoe just because it goes so fast rather than renting a trencher. And I could use it there. But anyway, that's why I haven't used it, or haven't bought one yet, just because of the cost. Okay, so I got most of the dirt moved from backhoe work, and I put the wing walls on. So tire bail, tire bail, tire bail, and you can see if you watch the previous videos that they stick out kind of far. But I think this is a good trade-off because these tire bales are like $15 a piece, and to build this many rammed earth tires that slope out to an area like that is just going to be exhausting for me. So I'd rather just go ahead and get some rammed earth tires. Get tire bales and stack two, and then I'll probably end up putting some rammed earth tires, like a couple there, one there, a couple there, one there, and then the same thing down there, a couple in one, just so I get kind of a more of an even taper. The whole purpose of the wing wall, if you don't know from earthship technology, is if you're piling dirt up against the back, it can spill over the side. If you're piling dirt up against here, you want the dirt all the way up to the edge. And then how do you keep a flat wall here so you can put a doorway right there? So that's what the wing wall is for. Normally they put it's all rammed earth tires that they put up along for the wing wall, and then it just tapers down, and then they just cob that, and then they paint it. So, or maybe they use cement on it, I don't know. So I did that there. I did a wing wall over here as well, and this wing wall, same thing. So that's obviously the main structure, the wing wall here. I don't care if the things, we're still going to cover these with plastic to insulate them from moisture and also from the pH, the alkaline pH of the dirt, which can break those wires down as well. So we're going to cover it with plastic. I'm not too worried about if they do bust and they squeeze out some, big deal. They're just going to push a little dirt out. Worst case, there might be a little crevice that shows up in the top, and I'll just fill it with dirt. I'm not worried about this part at all. This isn't structural. This is just to hold back the dirt that's on the back side. Okay, now as far as the front wall goes, these tire bales are going to run along the front here. The original plan was to put two doors over there so we have an airlock like an earthship greenhouse has. And then we're going to put a big window over here that went all the way to the ground. I was going to pour a footer over here, but I realized that what my wife wants is a planter that's about as high as the tire bales here, that's going to stick out, I don't know, 3 feet or so, 4 feet. And so it's going to come out here. We want to run it the whole length along here, all the way up to here. So the planter is going to come all the way up to here. And if it's as tall as this, then I might as well, then there's no point in putting a window all the way to the bottom. We might as well just put another tire bale right here. And then we'll pour the bond beam along the top edge here, and then just have it come over as an L shape right here, so that the bond beam will just be kind of an L shape, and it'll butt into this. And we can tie it in with rebar, of course, into those tires, and that'll be the good part. And then we'll be able to bring the planter all the way up to the edge here, all the way up to the edge right here. Okay, cool. So that's where I stand on that right now. This might be too narrow for another tire bale. In fact, I think it is. So what I'm going to end up doing is making some rammed earth tires about 3 high and put in between here, and maybe a couple deep as well. So I'm gonna have to make a few rammed earth tires. Not excited about that, but I got to make some. So just to fill in the gaps to make up for these tire bales. Okay, and then last thing, the beams, the vertical beams here that I'm going to put in the ground here, 1, 2, 3, 4 to support the roof. So I'll have 4 sticking straight up right here along the middle of the greenhouse. Those I priced, and they are, I'm going to try to get out of the wind. Those I priced, and they are $8 a foot peeled. So I need, like, I didn't do the math, but it's over a couple $1,000 just in like the 12 logs or so that I need. So I'm a little disappointed in that I can't buy them. So the next plan is to get with the Forest Service and get a timber permit, which I can do. The Colorado State Forest Service is right here in town, and they give permits for wood harvesting for timber or for making your own lumber. The problem is I don't want new wood. I don't want new trees. I want beetle kill trees, and we're not going to have them around much longer. The beetles have come through. They're killing off they've done pretty much their damage. The trees are just going to rot in the next 6 or 8 years. The forecast is that we won't have any beetle kill resource left because those trees will all be rotten or used already. So I want to go ahead and go to the mountains and get some and go ahead and use them for this project. I don't care if they're split a little bit. I don't care if they're cracked. That doesn't matter to me. But they don't make good lumber because of all the splits. It's hard to get lumber out of them because of all the splits they have in them from being dried up already. So it's going to end up about the size of this log over here, and that's about 9 inches on one end and about 11 on the other. So that's about what I want, and I need several of those. So it'll be a trip to the mountains. Hopefully the snow will melt off soon, and I can get up there in the next month or so and get those done. In the meantime, it's going to take me about a month, is my guess, to get this bond beam all done, get it built, get it formed up, and on the bottom here and on the top, and then get it poured. But once that's poured, I'll be ready for logs, and I think that'll be another month. So by then it'll be almost June, or about June, and hopefully I can get up in the mountains. All right. Well, that's where it stands now. I've got one more tire bale to pick up to put right here. That tire bale is going to extend hopefully past this. If not, I'll put a few rammed earth tires right here on the edge, just to make sure we get good coverage past the doorway. So, okay, I'm excited. It's starting to come together a little bit more.